San Antonio, Texas, military city, USA. San Antonio has a rich history of honoring and supporting its veterans, from the iconic Alamo, where Texans fought and died for independence, to the many military bases scattered across the city, including Lackland Air Force Base, where thousands of recruits are trained every single year. This is really a home for veterans. If you are a military veteran or active duty, this is the video for you. We're going to be talking about the 4 Texas benefits that will change your life and the life of your family. Let's go. Okay guys, the very first benefit that we want to talk about is an awesome benefit that we have actually helped other veterans use, and this is the Veteran Land Board Loan. All right guys, with the VLB loan, veterans and military members can get very competitive low interest rates, similar to the VA home loan benefit.
It's actually separate though, it's not the same.
It is not the same. This is a Texas benefit, and veterans can borrow up to $150,000 to purchase at least 1 acre of land. And if you're purchasing a home, you can borrow up to $765,000. That is unbelievable.
That's gonna buy you a lot of home here in Texas, especially if you're coming from a state like California or somewhere else where the home prices are typically higher. That's going to stretch really far here in Texas.
It really will. And one of the veterans that we helped use this loan purchased land out in Lavernia. He purchased 10 acres of land, and it was right at that $125,000–150,000 mark, and it worked out perfectly for him. Now, there are a few requirements. Some of those requirements are going to be the veteran must be a military member who has a primary residence in Texas. So if you are moving here from out of state, you are going to have to establish residency here in Texas before you can use that loan. But once you do that, it is all yours.
Yeah, man, you're 100% right. And another fun fact having to do with the VLB is the fact that you don't just have to purchase land, right? You can purchase single family, detached, condo, townhome. There's a wide variety, so you're not just pigeonholed into buying one type of property.
Absolutely. I mean, you have, like you always say, you have options.
Got options.
And if your lifestyle is that you're single and you just want a condo on some land, there you go.
Got options. All right, guys, so the next veteran benefit that's exclusive to Texas that we're going to talk about today is the Hazelwood Act.
Hazelwood Act, baby.
Man,
yes.
this is life-changing for veterans and their families, right?
Yes.
So they both are able to benefit from it. I'm actually a beneficiary of the Hazelwood Act myself. What the Hazelwood Act does is it allows veterans and their families to take advantage up to 150 hours of school credit that you can apply to any state college that accepts the program. I haven't really found many that don't accept it yet. So that's really beneficial, man, especially if you're like, hey, money's tight, I'm looking at getting a degree, you want to pursue higher education. This is the answer to that problem.
I do believe that it has to be a public school or university, so I don't believe it applies to private schools.
Correct.
You can fact check us on that, but I believe it has to be a public university.
That's 100% correct. So it does have to be a state public school. So, you know, that applies to Texas State University, UT Austin, Texas A&M, a lot of these big schools. They will all be good to go if you plan on using that Hazelwood Act to get a higher education.
Now, in my particular situation, I received my bachelor's degree, you know, before I got out of the military. So I still have the Hazelwood Act available to me if I wanted to go back, say, for a master's degree, which I do not. So I can pass that Hazelwood Act on to one of my children, or spread it across, you know, all 4 of my children so they can all get a little bit of education. It's an amazing benefit.
All right, man, so another huge benefit, probably my favorite in this list, is gonna have to do with the taxes, yeah?
My favorite benefit as well.
Oh,
if you are a Texas veteran, and this really applies to veterans with service-connected disabilities. So if you're a Texas veteran with a service-connected disability, anywhere from 10% up to 100%, you can receive exemptions on your property taxes. For instance, if you have a 10 to 29% disability rating, you can receive up to $5,000 off the assessed value of your home every single year when you get your property taxes. Now, if you are 100% VA disability, that's 100% off of your property taxes. That is incredible. That will save you hundreds of dollars a month on your mortgage.
If you've watched any of our other videos, you know that we preach here about how high property taxes are in Texas, right? That's one of the drawbacks to living here. However, if this does apply to you and you are able to obtain this benefit, right? it is going to save you so much money.
It saves you a lot of money, and we do get veterans that are moving here to San Antonio that we help all the time, literally all the time, who are moving here, and that is really top on their list.
Yes.
They're retiring from another state in a state job or a federal job. They're moving here to San Antonio. They have a disability rating, and man, their dollar is going to stretch them so far because of that exemption.
One of the things I want to add here too is that because our property value in Texas, especially San Antonio here specifically, keeps continuing to climb every single year, typically the payments on your home and your mortgage payments are going to increase. However, if you have this benefit and you are using this benefit, you can expect the same payments for the life of that loan.
That's amazing, guys.
All right, guys, the last benefit that we're going to talk about today has to do with veteran employment preferences. Now, this is big, and I actually wasn't aware of this until you brought this up to me, which is really cool. So we all know a lot of veterans, once they leave the service, a lot of them go to work for the state, right? As a lot of people do in general.
Right.
Now, the cool thing is that veterans in Texas have a very distinct advantage when it comes to hiring preferences when you're working for the state. Texas actually requires that, say, if a veteran and another candidate for that job go up, they have the exact same qualifications, the preference is going to go to that veteran just for being a veteran.
Yes, and I think it's important to note that we're talking about preference points here.
Yes.
Is what a veteran is going to get. Now, this is a big deal because I think a lot of veterans are familiar with preference points when it comes to federal jobs, and not every state has preference points for veterans, and so Texas is unique in that. And so, and this doesn't just apply to the veteran. This also applies to surviving spouses and children of veterans who died in service. So, I mean, you know, I believe that this is a benefit that's equally as important as the property tax benefit. This can go a long way. Now, there are a lot of veterans who are retiring from the military who are not really at retirement age. You know, they're at my age. They're still young, you know, 40 years old. I'm 44 years old, but you know, it's still young, and you still got some life left in you, and you still want to work. So being able to have those preference points as you transition from the military to a state agency can be a really big deal.
We said it in the beginning, guys. San Antonio, Texas is military city. Texas loves its veterans, and there is no surprise to me why people are continuing to move here when this state just continues to pour into veterans and those who have served in the line of duty.
Absolutely. Take it from me, guys, who is a veteran and takes advantage of many of these Texas benefits. It really is a game changer, not only for myself, but it's a game changer for my family. That's a big reason why we will always remain in Texas. Guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We do post videos every single week, and you do not want to miss them.
Guys, if you plan on moving to San Antonio within the next few weeks or the next few months, we would love the opportunity to help you and your family make a smooth move here to San Antonio. Please, if there's a topic that you're curious about, drop it in the comments. We'd love to know so we can talk about it and help educate you guys on moving here to San Antonio or Texas in general. Guys, thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Catch you in the next one. You all right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There you are. All right, guys. You real piece of work, ain't you?
I had to do it. All right, I'm ready.